Hello everyone and welcome to Usitility. Today we are going to see how to play Immortal Awakening on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5 that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. We will be able to easily download and install Immortal Awakening and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play Immortal Awakening. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else my friends, the first thing to do is to open our main browser. We have here the one we prefer. Let's continue, going to the current URL I have highlighted in green. Now, you are able to see on the screen. You don't need to type it, simply because I provided a link in the description of this video and the first pinned comment. We arrived at this point on the internet site of Usitility, where we find here a meticulous demonstration on the way to download Immortal Awakening on PC. We browse lower a little bit and just click on the Download Game on PC button. Once clicking on this link, we arrive here on the site of BlueStacks. No panic, it is simply the Android emulator that we will use to play Immortal Awakening on PC. It is now obvious that we access several advantages of using the emulator. Then, we are ready to start downloading the Immortal Awakening by simply clicking on the button Play on BlueStacks that you can see here in green. Next step is clicking on it. Of course, the download takes no time at all. Voila, this is the download. It is an executable file. What we have to do now is to run the executable file, so we have to click on the file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to allow modifications to the system. We have clicked yes. I reduce the internet browser to start to see the installation software better. The installation software is very simple. It is made up of two possibilities, install, and setup path. I am going to talk about what setup path actually does. We purely click on it. Therefore we realize that we end up with here the path in which the emulator can be installed. If we have to vary this directory we must click on the browse option, so we opt for another directory and install the emulator where we desire. To keep it simple, just keep it where it is. Then, I click on back. Therefore I just click install. Fantastic. The setup begins and it's going to commence with the download of all these MB that are displayed on that computer screen. The moment you download it, it might possibly be more or less megabytes. The download speed could go faster or at a lower speed, based on your web access and according to the data transfer rate of the emulator hosting servers. Today they're progressing super fast. The download is finished and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At this time, the emulator happens to be started immediately. As you can see now, at the bottom of the screen, there's a progress bar which will fill up and once it gets into the ending, the emulator can be launched for the first time. Indeed the emulator is already started, here for the very first time. Before we keep going, as can be seen, it created two app icons here on the computer desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks multi-instance. Note that the BlueStacks icon is the one we're concerned with. Every time we want to run Immortal Awakening on the PC, we twice mouse click on this particular icon and consequently run the emulator. The BlueStacks multi-instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved multi-instance manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. Let me make the following step, which is actually a must-have, and that is to begin to browse the Google Play Store. And we'll mouse click on Play Store. As you can view, the Google Play is started. At this point we must sign in. Presently the moment we're right here, we must absolutely do this next step which is obligatory. Therefore mouse click on Sign In. At present it shows Checking Info. It might in some cases get stopped at Checking Info and it isn't going to move forward. In this case, you should attempt to connect to your account after a number of hours and it will very likely be fixed. At present we can provide our username and password. The email address is required to be a Gmail email as well as its corresponding password. For example, you may use the same exact email you use at this moment in your YouTube account. So I am going to provide my data and I'll return when I have completed it. That's all, information typed. And here is Google welcoming us and offering us their terms of service. We are going to agree to all of them by just hitting I agree. Then, it makes it possible to back up to the Google Cloud. You might keep it checked it's going to create a backup of the files on that device to Google Drive. I will not select it, you can utilize this feature if you wish. We click accept. Google Play, formerly Android Market, is started automatically and immediately. To set up the game, we are required to browse the emulator desktop by clicking on this app icon indicated green colored. Currently that we are exploring the desktop of this Android emulator, we see that we find there the Install Application button. We click on the button. At this point we come with the Android game. Let's quickly just click here on the Install link that I'm highlighting now in green. This will launch the software setup. At this time it will download and install the game app. It might take a while or it could also be amazingly quickly. This all depends on our connection to the internet. It has as of now ended installing. Back to the emulator desktop by clicking this specific option I'm highlighting in green if you want to start Immortal Awakening for the first time. You are now on the emulator desktop, and so we are going to just click the Fresh Immortal Awakening software icon which has been created. Your Android game is started for the first time. Here we have it. I am able to mouse click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I have to discuss the volume level of this emulator. This is here. We use the icon of higher volume as well as the icon of lower volume. This way we will not rely on the Microsoft Windows volume to increase or decrease the sound experience of your emulator. As well as to take pleasure in the experience to the greatest, we should activate the big screen, for which we have two options. That is actually the first one. We mouse click on that icon which I am actually pointing out in green. Then the monitor is maximized, offering one border at the top, one at the right and one at the bottom. In case that we choose to have fun with the app in full screen, we mouse click on the game icon. And as a consequence we would likely presently be experiencing the gameplay in full screen function. To escape the complete screen setting, press the F11 key. And thus we would certainly now end up being in standard screen setting. From now, I am on the way to demonstrate to you the keys mapping, and that is surprisingly helpful. That way we will be capable to operate the game application much more easily. The first point is to click on this app icon. It's now time to get the appropriate setups. I am going to put the default configuration, but if you need to improve this, you can also do it without any problem. Obviously, the emulator is fully in our own language. In some cases it happens that your emulator is launched in the wrong language, as an example, in Mandarin. And so to place it in the appropriate language we click here to the cogwheel. And thus there inside of various other configuration settings, we click on the language drop down. We are able to go for the language we want, English, Chinese, and so on. As soon as the language is selected, we would save, the emulator would reboot, and the game app, the next time we run it, will of course be in the specified language. So now, you will find another information that we need to take into account, and this is that we will get an email saying that a brand new electronic device has been connected with this Google account. It should ask us if we are the people who have connected that electronic device. Yup, we shouldn't worry, as the emulator is behaving like an Google Android smartphone or tablet. And in order to determine which tablet or smartphone is currently being emulated, we come back here, to the cogwheel, and we mouse click on it. So we browse here to the model choice. And there we observe that the emulator is emulating a Samsung smartphone. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it guys, so much for our video tutorial. I hope that you liked it, specifically that you found it helpful. In this case, bring it a pleasant like, subscribe, and any remarks, questions or ideas, put them in the comment box below. You also can comment things on my Twitch channel. I actually do live streams every now and then. You get it listed below in the video description and in the first pinned comment. Check out any of those video tutorials which are usually showing up on the computer screen, and see you in the next videos. Bye.